Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I was working on this game last night, and actually you may have seen the classic shorty version of the end of what happened last night. If you haven't seen it, this will be the whole thing as one unit. And I have a fantastic game to show you as an extension of the original video I made about how to improve your gameplay using the Matilda. So that's the game we're going to see today, is the last game I played last night when I completed my Dark Realm War Chest #1 Urn operation. And the whole thing should be pretty awesome, but watch this and then you tell me what you think. Welcome to Airfield. Okay, now I'm going to warn you up front, the gameplay in this is over 10 minutes long, but it's rather epic. And what happens is that, while I move to setup, you can see here that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tier 4s and 8 tier 5s. I'm bottom tier. So good luck trying to replicate this anytime soon. It's pretty difficult. This trick is very, very difficult. If not careful, bottom man breaking every bone. Who's gonna be bottom man? Bottom man. If you know what that is, then you're one of us. Certainly. And if you don't know, wow, we'll have to have a discussion about that. That was me moving. In the game, clearly I wasn't looking through the viewfinder. So here I'm just taking shots of opportunity as bottom man in a tier 5 match. And you know, my goal here is, you know, in these matches is just hang in there, try to assist, try to help your team. Because when you're bottom man, you can't go out there and think, well, I'm Superman and I'm going to win this. It may happen, like it does in this game, but it happens more from here than from here. So that's what's going on, and I'm, you know, sniping these guys as they crest the hill. You can see the outline of that guy, and keeping my eyes open. They're below the crest of the hill, so I can't damage them. And I'm basically about as high as I can get. I'm at the apex of my verticality, shall we say. There's some words you don't hear very often. Translation, for you kids, that means I'm as high as I can get. Alright, artillery put a tag on that freak. So we're doing good. I mean, 13-9. I'm feeling the vibe was good. I don't know what this guy is really up to. Sometimes you got to watch out for these guys. They do jerk behavior. Oh yeah, I'm tagging this guy. Well, I tried to tag. Got him right in his gear. But we haven't, the thing is really odd about this game. You know, I guess you could call it fog of war mentality, is that you're getting this group on the hill over here versus this group over here. And I realized, you know, that this is going to have to change. These guys are smart. They're not coming. These guys here, these 4 you see, these 4 orange guys, they're not going to come across the hill. So I realized someone's going to have to go down and try to flank them. I'm the most expendable because I'm the least powerful. But apparently, my team, my main dudes, are keeping these guys occupied, and they're not thinking. The enemy, they're not thinking that they have to prepare for a flank attack. So this is just a complete, partial deduction with a little bit of crossed fingers thrown in. Now that's a long capture base as an encounter match, so I'm not worried about that. But if I can get behind these guys and instigate chaos, my boys might be able to move in. And I take forever to get here because I'm not fast. You see, I'm rolling at 20. Woohoo! So, just, this is a big time sneak attack in a slow tank. Normally sneak attacks like this happen from faster dudes. But, hey, whatever. We were down for just a second and now back to 7-7. I've got gasoline rolling to try and climb the hill a hair faster. But as you see, those guys moved off of this area more towards my team. Hey, how's it feel, buddy? Back door. And we're losing again. But now that might be the logo that I fight that wasn't penetrating me, so that was lucky. We're technically losing once again. However, there you go. I got some business for you, Mr. Japanese heavy tank, and also for you, you freak. That's a tier 5 Matilda. But I got premium rounds. And I'm hanging in there. I gotta take this guy out if I can. And then work on that Japanese heavy. Alright. I barely made that. I mean, this is not an all-glory Superman kind of mission. Man, he's got slow rounds. And he's toast, which is fantastic. So now, my flank attack has turned this to advantage my team by 1 tank. This is what they call fortune favors the bold. I was bold, got lucky. Caught those guys off guard. Here we go. This guy's going to be toast. Again, it's a long capture base. We don't worry about the siren. This guy's getting triple teamed, so we got him. Still maintaining our advantage. There's a logo up here now. And I'm going to go tickle this guy. He's a tier 4 like myself, but my tank's better than his tank. I think we see that. Maybe slightly better, but I think it's better. And me in this tank, I'm way better than him. And that's what you're going to see in this, short conflict. Now I have an outline, of course, so I was able to see when he was sticking his nose out. He got in a bad spot. He thought that was a great spot for him, but it really turned out to not be that great because I've got an even better spot, and my turret is so much better than his, or his entire armor actually. So he's there behind. He pulls out here and there before he runs away. He finally realizes that he's not going to do a fancy move. He's not going to do anything against me because he's shooting at my turret. And, the turrets of the Matildas are notoriously thick. So in this moment, we're, in patience mode. Now 3-3. We're even, but we have the advantage due to the damage of other tanks. And I see a sniper's making his move. Like, oh, brother. Gotta make sure this guy doesn't drill me. He could kill me. But I got him first. Excellent. So he was way damaged. The Longo was way damaged. And the other guy is the artillery. He's also way damaged. Let me see if I can get it. There it is. So, like I said, we were 3-3. But our 3 were in slightly maybe better condition. Maybe not, actually. But the execution by my team was slightly better. And really, for me, it was all based on my thick turret armor. And that's how I ended up doing so well. You know, took care of, you know, gave that Lago a little beating there. But my guys folded, and it's like, dude, you're not going to kill me. I don't know if his premium rounds have a difficult time against my regular armor in front. So I mean, I'm thinking I beat this guy strictly on his armor. Now here, what I'm doing is I was waiting for the spotting to expire before I moved, so that artillery wouldn't know which direction I was going. He had to guess. And there he is. Tag, how does it feel? Now he's a one-shot kill. I'm a one-shot kill too, except that he's not that good. Oh, sorry, I guess that was he was a two-shot. Dude, that was super, super, super close. As you saw, my health was just pitifully low. So, ta-da! Along with General Montgomery, we pulled out a 6-kill, and that was the artillery you see on the left. You know, Master Blaster 2020. He was the artillery. And for M41, dude, that 2400 is a monster game. That is a monster game. I don't know if he has a mark of excellence on that tank, but I would think he does. Because I have one, and I don't think I've ever got 2400 damage in that tank. And that's a good score. But, you know, it's kind of an artillery. It's mediocre. So that is a tremendous result for his artillery. And, of course, our artillery was no slouch himself. 1200 damage, that's kind of like more solidly a good game that he had. But the enemy artillery, that guy had an outstanding game. And we are at the end of game screen. So, you know, monster performance for myself, luckily. With my team needed that. Anything less than Superman performance and my team loses. And this is common in my games. I have these scenarios where, you know, I had killed 5 guys and we were even 1-on-1 at the final, me versus the artillery. You know, both of us had outstanding games, obviously. And so that's the curse that I face. That I have teams that just do not perform. Game after game after game. It's ridiculous that you have to kill 6 guys to win the game is bad. Now, you could say the same for the enemy artillery because he killed multiple guys. I think he killed 4. But anyway, let's go look. Now, I used a lot of premiums because of those tier 5s, heavy tanks, etc. So luckily, I actually made a profit of 2,900 silver. I had a booster on there. So 11,000 commander points was terrific. 6 kills, which you see, 2,400 damage, 51 hits, all tops in the game. Just, you know, crazy performance. And remember, oh yes, this is an ace performance. Killing that last guy, you know, gets you the Pascucci. Yeah, Pascucci. Killed artillery. Did more damage than my hit points. Top gun for 6 kills. Killed 2 guys that damaged me. That's a duelist. high caliber, top damage, and then bruiser, knocking out crew and or modules. So yes, that enemy artillery, he can make exactly the same observation if it's true for him. He had to kill 4 guys to be even. That's messed up, dude. You know, if you have to kill 4 guys to even at the end, like, you know, because it was him versus me, both of us had super heroic performances to be even. So, okay, maybe you could say this was a match of evenish teams. That would explain why both of us had to do so well to get to a one-on-one showdown. But look at these bums at the bottom. I mean, these guys were bums. 000 in a Hetzer with that gun. Oh man, come on, bro. Look at these. These scores are just awful. Like the bottom 7 guys on both teams were awful. Heck, the bottom 8 on my team was awful. Those 8 guys were awful. On the opponent's team, he had basically the same thing, although this Matilda did a decent job. He got a kill with 600. So he had 7 out of his bottom 8 were awful. I had 8 that were awful. Yeah, this guy didn't get a kill. It's borderline. But, yeah, we got to give the edge to the guy in the Matilda. But let's just say 7 out of 8 for both. This guy was really close to this guy. This guy didn't get a kill. So, yeah, okay, I'll call it 7 out of 8 for each team at the bottom were awful. 7 awful players. So, I don't know. But the rest of them, you know, they had this guy with 3 kills. We had a 3. So, you know, hard to say. Maybe, like I said, maybe when you get rid of the awful players on both sides, maybe the remaining guys, you know, played a very close, good game, which is kind of rare. So I didn't even think of it till I was making this video, looking at the overall results here. So I guess we'll be optimistic and say that was when you thinned down the ranks and got to basically when it was 7-on-7. That's when the real game started, and it was the maneuvering and everything else that went, and my team's teamwork was a little better than theirs. You know, so that's how I'm going to evaluate this game. But this is the setup, once again, in case you have missed my previous video where I talked about using the Matilda as a, you know, terrific earner for the chest earn for the 2 chests this week. And you saw that here as a bottom tier guy. You know, just hanging in there. That's the job. And with the armor, I was able to just hang in there, absorb tremendous punishment, almost dying, but didn't die actually, which was fantastic. And that's what I wanted to show you, because when I finished this game, I'm like, yes, that was awesome. But the thing that made it awesome was that this was the last one I needed for my chest earn. Now check this out. This is the leftover points right here. I completed my chest earn and had 1,200 extra tank XP. In fact, let me show you the tank XP. Okay, tank XP. Yes, this is the top tank XP game on this chest that I earned. 2,000 plus. You can do it. And that's why I use the Matilda, is because the top end is way to the top, okay? You just saw a top end ace performance as the bottom tier Matilda. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you learned something about how to play this tank and what this tank's armor can do for you and how it can help make you a better player because it makes you think of things like the flanking maneuver that the slowest guy on the battlefield made. Now maybe that Japanese heavy tank is slower than me, but we're pretty close. But that was really the key maneuver, was getting the flanking, coming in behind that guy, and then once I killed that first guy, I put us technically ahead, and then we kept even. Huge gamble that paid off. So I'm thrilled. And I wanted to show you guys this game because I knew this would be an awesome learning experience for a lot of players, help them get better. But we got the chest urn, and now let me show you the chest that I got. All right, this is the 50T French Heavy that I got out of that chest. Now, I'm not going to play this tank. I have a bunch of tanks that I could play. But if I was going to play a tier 8 tank, heavy, I would just go play my Demon. So, there you go. What is this stock gun? The stock gun accuracy is 32, which is not bad. That easily can be made to like 30 or less. So, and let's go take a look since we're here. Let's go look at the armor. All right. I mean, I guess that's pretty good. I don't know. I don't really like to play a lot of tier 8 heavy tanks because that's tier 10 tank food. Okay. So I don't really have a in my brain comparison. Like I said, if I want to play a tier 8 heavy tank, I would just go play my Demon and kiss it up, okay? But from the context of the prizes, now this is another thing. Let's go look at the chests. All right, war chest. Oh, I got a free war chest. Let's go take a look and maybe you get even more lucky. Who knows? Hey, 5,000 free XP. That's pretty good. Can't complain. All right, let's go look. Now here you see some of the prizes here, the big prizes. Concept 1B Tier 9, Rock Crawler, Era 2 Sniper, I have it. MBT 80, Era 3 Heavy Tank, I have this. Verzilla, I have this. I got this actually last Christmas, I believe is correct. Also in the prizes there is the MBT 70 Era 3. I have that one. And there's another sniper tank. What in the heck is that? At least I think it was a sniper tank. Yeah, I think it's a sniper tank. I have it. I'm having it. TC. It's the TCM AGS, the light tank sniper with that little skinny gun on top. Have that one. So there's 4 Cold War tanks. I have all 4 of those. And after I picked up this Frenchie 50T, there's either 2 or 3 tanks I don't have in the stash of prizes. Okay. In fact, let's go show you that. So I'm here on Xbox. I'm at the war chest page. I click on the Y button. In PlayStation, that would be triangle. It would tell you at the bottom. No. So this brings us to the war chest page. Let me click on the Dark Realm. There we go. And let's go look. That's what the chest looks like. This tells you the breakdown, blah, blah, blah. Premium tanks, 3.6%. All right. So, yes, if you buy 100 chests for, like a maniac, you'd expect to get 3.6 tanks. Okay. Means you basically get 4 most of the time. Super crazy luck that I got one on the first chest. Okay, it's just crazy, but it does happen. This is the breakdown of all the stuff. The only thing that really matters, in my mind, are the prize tanks, and let's cover this. Okay, so this is a Tier 7 Aufklärungs Panther. Got it. Tier 7 Eagle 7 medium tank. I got that. Frenchie Panhard EBR Tier 8. I have that. The Chinese Tier 859 patent. I think I have this tank. I know I have the Legion patent for sure. I may or may not have this Chinese. I'm not sure. Mantis, I don't have that. That was a premium contract, you know. And when the Mantis contract came up, the Rhino contract was there as well. I did the Rhino, got the Rhino contract tank, and turned that one into my Rocksteady Ninja Turtles tank. So that was pretty awesome. But I don't have the Mantis. Deathstalker, I gotta look at my tanks to see if I have the Deathstalker. I know I have the TS5 tank destroyer. I just got the 50T, we saw that. Vindicator Charioteer, I don't think I have that. And then Brazilla, I have that. It's the white tank. Can't miss it. I checked, I have the Concept 1B. This is a Tier 9. Rock Crawler, Era 2, I got it. This is the TCM, which is Teledyne Continental Motors AGS. This is that skinny Era 3 sniper. It's a wicked tank. But I have that. Main Battle Tank 70, I have that. Now that tank has a cannon, fires 5 ATGM, plus they added a chain gun last year or the whatever. So it's got 3, ways to attack you. Armor's a little but great tank to get out of a chest. I wouldn't recommend going and buying it, but that's just me. And then of course MBT 80, I got that one as well. So I might only be missing 2 tanks, but I think it's 3. I'm not sure. So let's look at Tier 8 Deathstalker. Man, this stuff is so tiny. I don't know. I don't think I have that Deathstalker tank. No, this is the Huntsman Centurion. It doesn't look like I have that Deathstalker. The other one was the Charioteer, but that is a sniper tank, so. Well, you know what? Let's go British and American. That'll simplify matters. This is just double checking. Boring stuff. That's a light tank. Okay, there we go. Mediums. Yeah, this is the Patton KR. So it looks like that I don't have the Deathstalker. I didn't think I did. Now we gotta look for that Charioteer, what have you, and I don't think I have that either. Nope, definitely not. So those 2 for sure. Now let's check this Chinese Patton. I don't know where you are. 59 Patton. Well, there you go. I did have it. I wasn't sure. I knew for a fact I had this one, which is the Legion Patton, and I believe this is exactly the same tank with just a skin variation. So, oh no, there's 3 I'm missing. The Deathstalker, the Charioteer, and the Mantis. So I am missing 3. I wasn't sure. I figured it was 3, but it might have been 2. I just, had to check and see. So now we know. I don't think I'm gonna get all of those. The dealio is, If you have all 15 prize tanks and then you get another prize tank, then you get a gold refund. But I'm certainly not going to buy any of those chests. So whatever happens, happens. I'm 3 short. I have 12 of the 15, from random, acquisitions over the years. So I don't expect to get 15, but weirdness has happened in the past. Although that was Metal Fest chests, and we were able to earn those. Good luck with that. So just giving you the heads up. So great result, obviously. Great game result. And then a great war chest result. So, man, I was just, beside myself, shocked. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Man, maybe you'll have, cross your fingers, some luck on your 2 chests. But get after it. Get them. You never know. You might get 50 gold and boosters. You might get 50 gold and a tank. You just saw me get it on the first one. First time that's ever happened to me, so it was super awesome. So hope you enjoyed the game. I did. It was great, man. My team was, overall I thought was really good. So that's basically it. So look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Tell your friends. Maybe this will help them out as well. I have plenty more videos coming up. In October, I'm planning on doing at least 1 video every day. This is Halloween time, and when Halloween hits, dude, it's going to be a nightmare. But, gotta tough it out. So, I will definitely see you guys in another video, and as always, please remember, like and subscribe.